All right, so this is part 2 of a 3-part series, and that is called Creating Content That Converts in our digital series. That is business growth in our digital era, because again, COVID is here and may be prompting you to take action to clean up your online presence, to be able to build out a sales funnel, to create ways to engage with your existing customers, to create deals and promotions that make your product a must-have, and be able to fine-tune your marketing to drive results. Look, we all know that things are changing, but we also learned in part 1 that there's a lot that has been coming and that this is not out of the blue. Businesses have been preparing to create a digital online presence for the past 20 years. But now more than ever, we have to take action to make sure that it's easy to do business online, that you squeeze out every result from every single penny, that you drive results for your business. So if you're out there and you're an entrepreneur or a real estate agent, or even a marketer for a company who's trying to figure out how to really fine-tune your strategy to get results and continue to drive revenue during COVID, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about creating content that converts, how to attract your ideal client in our digital era. That's right, I'm going to teach you how to get your ideal clients to raise their hand, self-identify, and come to you. Now, last week, again, was part 1, where we actually talked about where to market during and post-COVID. We went through and talked about traditional and non-traditional marketing. We talked about building out your sales funnel and reviewing analytics. If you missed that, that means that you're not registered at texasbusinessgrowthseminars.com. If you register there, you get the replay, you get the slides, and yes, I'm doing worksheets. Thank you, Shirley. This special shout out to you. So she asked for worksheets for each one, so you can apply this to your business, and that's what you get. So make sure you register at texasbusinessgrowthseminars.com. And I want to just say special thank you to our partners as we're kicking this off. The SBDC has brought this to you at no cost, thanks to some CARES Act funding. We've also partnered with UHV, M. Roberts Digital, and Victoria Advocate. So thank you again to everybody who's making this possible and available to you at no cost. So we're doing this as a 3-part weekly series, and then get ready because we've got more coming than that. But this is part 2. So again, creating content that converts. How do you actually create content that resonates with your clients, that attracts those ideal clients, that gets people to reach out to you, that aren't going to waste your time or be your least profitable product or service, but instead are the people who need your products and services for your most profitable product or service. So how do you do that? That's today. And then next week, we're going to talk about online audience building made easy. Online audience building made easy? Isn't that an oxymoron? No, it's possible. So I'm going to take you through and teach you each step of the process as well. And then again, the SBDC has partnered with the SBDC has partnered with M. Roberts Digital and with Victoria Advocate to bring monthly workshops every single month. So again, this is not where it stops. This is where we get started. I'll give you a little sneak peek. We also have a mastermind planned. What's a mastermind? Stay tuned, but you need to register at texasbusinessgrowthseminars.com to get the scoop. All right, again, these are free services brought to you through the CARES Act funding, so take advantage of it. So again, I'm Crystal Lindsey. I am the digital marketing consultant with M. Roberts Digital. I work at the Victoria Advocate in partnership with our team there. And my passion is helping you be able to make intentional action online to drive your business. What's intentional action online? Isn't that marketing? Yeah, but so many people are throwing stuff at the wall like spaghetti and hoping that it sticks. Instead, you need to be intentional. See, the last 6 years before this, I had a social media firm that used analytics to drive results. And now I've got the big guns. I've got all the digital marketing and web design in my pocket, and we're able to help you understand how all of this fits together into creating an ecosystem that drives results in this online digital climate. So thank you for being here. I'm also a former college professor. I'm a published author, and I am here to make your life easier. So we welcome public speaking opportunities to get the good news out. So let's kick this off with a quick survey. Please open up the chat. This is interactive. I want to know what happens when you try to be everything to everyone. Okay, now this applies to your personal life, but let's apply it to your business. So if you're a marketer, entrepreneur, or real estate agent, and you're marketing yourself as the generalist, okay, you're everything to everyone, what happens? A, you get rich, right? Because that's everyone. B, you lose your focus, or C, you get minimal results? Comment, please. I see we had 14 participants today. Yahoo, thank you so much. I'm going to wait for some results to come in here. All right, I see here C, B, B, C. All right, so nobody's saying you get rich. Somebody says minimal results. Look at Terry, I love that. Terry's all about, special shout out to Terry Moten. She helps you clarify your message and create point of sale and really driving results and building out sales funnels. So everything we talk about, we work in partnership with her. So special shout out to her. Thank you for attending. Okay. Elias says, B, you're overextended, you burn yourself out. C, okay, so it looks like a tie between B and C. Okay, did I ask a trick question? Look, there's no right or wrong answers here. I wanna know what you think. But the reality is, look, you're not going to get rich when you're trying to be everything to everyone. Let me kind of walk you into this with a quick story. So I used to work a lot of trade shows for my business, speaking at state and local events on behalf of social media. And I asked somebody, a real estate agent, I said, tell me a little bit about your ideal client, because he wanted to know how to grow his page and get more leads off of social. I said, tell me about your ideal client. He said, well, I work with everybody in my state. And I said, okay, well, what is who's your ideal client specifically? And then his buddy said, look, I could even beat that. I work in everybody in my entire state. And it's like, come on, that is not better. You're going in the opposite direction. Now more than ever, people are looking for specialists to solve their problems. I mean, think about it. If you drive a Porsche, are you going to the general oil change on the street, or are you going to the Porsche dealer, right? If you have a Toyota car, are you going to go to the Toyota place to get your car fixed, or are you going to go to a generalist? If you need a root canal, are you going to find somebody who specializes in root canals? If you need orthodontics, you go into an orthodontist. If you need back care, are you going to a general doctor? No, we need specialists in our life. And your clients are also looking for specialists to solve their problems. So I really want to paint that picture, because when you confuse, you lose, right? Whether or not that's traditional or non-traditional marketing, whether that's online or offline, email marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, it doesn't matter. You're leaving money on the table if you don't have a clear niche where you know who is your ideal client and you know what they already care about, and you're creating content based on, get this, what they care about. Look, if you're not talking about what your clients already care about and you're trying to get them to care about what you care about, you are wasting your time and money and working too hard for minimal results. So you need to build implicit trust by, again, showing them that you're the guide, that you know what their problems are, which means you're intentional with your marketing and how you demonstrate what you're going to do to help them solve their problems. Again, this sounds a little vague and esoteric in the air, but instead I'm going to give you a real path to making this possible. And hopefully you registered at texasbusinessgrowthseminars.com so you get your worksheet. Okay, so print out that worksheet. We're going to go ahead and use that to guide us through this today. So again, building implicit trust. I call this matchy-matchy, right? If you ever meet with me one-on-one, I'm going to talk to you about matchy-matchy. We're probably going to start with an online review, and I'm going to show you what people are looking online. And as an ideal client, if I'm looking for your products or services, I'm probably going to Google, see what pops up, maybe go to your website, maybe go to your social, and I want all of that to match. So yes, your branding needs to look the same. You actually need to use the same logo on your Facebook account as you do on your website. If you haven't done that, you got your nugget. Go do it. Okay. Make sure that you are being matchy-matchy with your branding on all points. Your Facebook header should look like a Twitter header if you're on Twitter, right? Your YouTube header should look like your Facebook. Your Instagram about us should match your Facebook. You want it to really be intentional, but you also need to make sure that not only is it matchy-matchy in how it looks with the visual elements, you're also being laser focused about who you can help the most. This isn't going to drive people away. You're not going to say, well, you know, if I'm a real estate agent, I'm looking for double-ended deals in this luxury neighborhood, you know, but I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and I don't want to drive them away. You're not going to drive away first-time home buyers by talking about double-ended deals. You're still going to get them. Chances are, if you're a real estate agent, they're falling in your lap. You need to proactively go after your ideal client. Chances are you have a lower echelon of clients that you welcome, but they're not a profit maximizer for you, right? And so what you need to do is get to a higher end client. I was just talking with the jewelry store, I think they're attending last week, and they said, look, I need to be able to get in front of a higher end client, right? We get a lot of looky-loos. How do we do that? You need to be intentional about who it is you're helping. And that's what today's about. So again, if you're getting a lot of looky-loos or low product, whether low profit clients, or you're being dragged through the mud, or you're not getting the results, or your online presence is not converting, whether it's on social media or your website or your ads, whatever it is, if you're not converting, you're struggling, you're in the right place, because I'm taking you through it. Are you ready for this? We're about to kick it off to real content here. So step one, I want you to be intentional. Okay, you already told me that, Crystal. No, let's see. Specifically, I want you to be intentional about what product or service is driving your business. So if you have your worksheet, break it out, print it out, and write it down. If you don't have your worksheet, just write it down on a piece of paper. I won't tell, okay? You can get the worksheet after. You'll get it in the replay. So make sure you write down, what is the specific product or service driving your business? Seems simple enough. Okay, but let's go ahead and walk through this. So comment in the chat, by the way, if you want to be a case study for your business, and I'll help apply this to your specific business. Okay, so we're looking at specifically, let's say, jewelry. We were just talking about jewelry, right? So if the product or service that's driving your business is, let's say, engagement rings, and you have a lot of other brands that you might sell, but if engagement rings are the biggest profit maximizer, then you need to make sure you write down that the product that's driving your business is engagement rings. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, where you need to make a business decision. One, think of the 80-20 rule. If you're in your business and you say, yeah, engagement rings would be the creme de la creme, because guess what? They have a huge profit maximizer. I can make a lot of profit off of it. But realistically, I only sell, 5 a year, whatever. And realistically, I'm spending 80% of my business is coming from this product over here. I would recommend to you that you need to be either really intentional about promotions that are pushing your engagement rings, or you need to accept the fact that this is your bread and butter. But you need to figure out whether or not it's the product that is already leading your business at 80%, or the product you want to be leading your business at 80%, and pick that right now. Did you write it down? You got any questions? It's going to get harder. Don't worry. Hopefully you're not getting stuck at step one. All right. So step two then becomes, where do people need to go to take action to get this product or service? So if your website does not allow point of sale, you need them to call you, then you need to be able to write down, get a phone call. Maybe you're going to get a phone call from Google when they search for you off your Google My Business account. Maybe you're going to get a call from your website. Maybe you're going to get a call from social media, but you need a phone call. Maybe you have a form on your site that says specifically, let's say if you're an attorney looking for a specific type of client, personal injury, let's say, then you have a specific form on a personal injury page on your website that says why they need your service, what they're struggling with. We'll get into that. And then it says, fill out the quick form below for a free consultation. Maybe that's where people get started. Or maybe you need an email, or you want them to enter your chat bot on Facebook, or maybe, whatever it is that somebody needs to do to get started, write it down. Any questions so far? I don't see any questions. I knew it. Oh, wait, we got a question. All right. Special shout out to Dominic Cruz here. He says, for some reason, I can't see anything. Is anybody else seeing my screen? Please comment in if you can see my screen. All right, let's see here. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. She says, yes, I can. So Dominic, try to log back out and log back in. Looks like everybody else can see my screen. So again, if no questions, sounds like we're good so far. And we'll go ahead and click to the next one, but make sure you write this down. All right. Step two. Now we know the product or service that's driving your business. We know where people are going to get started. Let's now reverse engineer who's the ideal client that's going to work with that product or service. Now, perfect example of this, again, I love my real estate folks. If you specialize in double-ended deals, but you deal with first-time home buyers all the time, and all of your marketing is about first-time home buyers, but you want double-ended deals, you can see where there's a disconnect. So apply that to your business. Rosalind says, I see the intentional screen. I think that's what you meant. Okay, so in this case, let's reverse engineer, but I'm going to really show you where we're going with this. Step one is to come up with a hypothetical. Okay, this is something that if you've been in marketing for more than, 6 months, you know about a business profile. This is a demographic. This is 18 to 35-year-old females who are married or not married or whatever. So write that down real quick. Build out that little client profile. Is it male or female? What age? Maybe where do they live? If you know they live in a certain neighborhood, maybe somebody who's getting married. If you are a event venue, I think we have a couple event venues on the list today. If you're an event venue for a bride, they're getting married. It's a female who typically is on their first wedding, which is between 18 to 35, who is interested in rustic chic. I don't know. Okay. Write that down. Now I want you to really take this out of the hypothetical. This is part 2 of this. So now you say, okay, if they're a 18 to 35 female who's getting married and interested in rustic chic, then what client have you worked with that you want 10 more just like that fit that profile? Now, I'm really going to emphasize that you want 10 more just like, because you can sit down and say, oh, Sally's absolutely like that. But Sally drove you bonkers every step of the process. We don't want to attract more Sallys. So please be intentional about who's the client you worked with that needed that product or service that fits that profile you just came up with that you want 10 more just like. Give them a name. If it's a family, maybe a couple or a family you worked with, you could put, the Smiths. Right? If it's, husband and wife, but you worked with the female directly, she was the decision maker, then put Sally Smith. Everybody got that? Any questions? Because we're about to take it into the nuts and bolts here. We're getting into the meat of the sandwich. So now that you have that person, you all have a name on your page. I want you to actually brainstorm, what are their needs and challenges? Now, just write the word needs, and then write the words challenges, . Now, before you get started, I want to tell you, most people either know needs or challenges. So I'm going to give you a way to reverse engineer the opposite, because I'm telling you, after doing this for now 7 years, people do not actually know both 9 times out of 10. But one informs the other. So if you know, let's say again, real estate agents here, if you know they want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in this neighborhood, in this school district, those are needs that they want, right? They have a, expanded family, for example, right? They needed more bedroom, they need more space, they need a backyard. What is that for you, right? They need an engagement ring. They need, financing. Right? They need an event venue that meets 100 people. Write that down. What is that for your business? What do they need? Give me 3 bullet points. You got 3, 1 will work, but come on, give me 3. Can I get 5? You're on a tear, keep going. All right, if you're struggling with the needs though, sometimes you only know your client's challenges. The challenges are, what are they struggling with right before they met you? This is often informed by the questions they ask on your first meeting. So on your first meeting, maybe they say, yeah, but do you allow for me to bring in outside caterers because they have one they want to work with? Maybe there are other challenges. Do you allow for, less money down on your engagement ring? Do you help with actually marketing my property outside of the Texas MLS so we can get exposed to more people? What's that question that you get time and time again by that ideal client when they first meet you, or right before they close? That moment where you send them, you put them the contract, you have a great conversation, great rapport, everything's a yes, you pass them the contract, you tell them to go ahead and sign, let's get started. And then they go, well, actually, I got one more question. Your heart sinks. Okay, what is that one more question? Write that down. Those are the challenges that your client's facing. And if you're going for gold here, I know I was always an A student, right? If you're an A student, write down the objection you get time and time again. So again, if you're trying to close, they say, but do you allow, but can I, but will you? What are those questions? Brainstorm those real quick. We'll get to that later. All right, I'm going to pause for a second. Cool. we're going on to step 3. Now I want you, this is kind of an embedded step, okay? So if you already know your ideal client, you know your product or service, we're starting to give them a name and know what they care about, then now we need to figure out where are they hanging out. Okay, most people are on social nowadays, especially with COVID. They say that streaming is up by 60%. Now, 60% I think is a low number. People are stuck at home and really struggling to be able to have a sense of connection. And people look for that on social. Now, some people would argue you don't actually get a sense of connection. Instead, you find, depression, jealous, and envy on Facebook and such. But I digress. It doesn't matter. People are online looking for connection and information, so they don't have to go to a storefront, so they don't have to go to a meeting or an event. So most people are still going to be on Facebook. Now, a lot of the younger generation, if you're 16 to even 35, may have a profile on Facebook, but that's because that's where their grandparents and their parents tag them in photos, but they're not really active on it. Yes, Elliot said he read that a family child-friendly movie viewing is up 500%. Isn't that crazy, right? What is that, Tiger King? Like, what is Tiger King? Okay, people love this stuff. They're eating up. Streaming is up over 100%, 500% for family-friendly movies. People are at home online. Where are they getting their information? Are they watching movies? Are they on social? Are they reading blogs? Are they shopping? That's what we're talking about right now. So again, if they're on social, they're probably going to be on Facebook, but if they're younger demographic, they're probably on Instagram. It's about 80% of people who are on Instagram are under the age of 35. So if you are looking to get in front of people who are millennials, Gen X, Gen Yers, you're probably going to want to be on Instagram over Facebook. If you're looking to get in front of really young kids because you've got some great product, new sneakers, I don't know, then that may be Snap or TikTok or whatever it is, right? But these are just the main channels I want to go over. YouTube, excuse me, that's supposed to say LinkedIn, is Google friendly. And in fact, excuse me, there's a typo. I was supposed to change that. So LinkedIn is the business networking tool. So this is where you're going to be able to get in front of colleagues. If you have a B2B business and you're trying to get in front of B2B clients, meaning business to business, not the end consumer, but you're a roofer looking to partner with builders and get recommended, or you're a stager, interior designer, wanting to work with real estate agents, or you're a jewelry store wanting to partner with wedding planners, right? Those are B2B connections. That would be LinkedIn. And then Twitter is most important if you want to get in front of higher education. So going back to LinkedIn, that has the most millionaires in any channel. Twitter has the most educated population than any channel. So if you want to get in front of highly educated people, CEOs, C-level people, you're going to be in front of people on Twitter. It also has a highly indexed search. So what you put on Twitter is indexed into Google. So it improves your search results for the words in your Twitter account. Hopefully that's making sense. Let me know if that sounds a little confusing for you. But write down which channel, if you had to select one, where you think your clients are hanging out and getting their information. Go ahead and write it down. Again, a little spot on your spreadsheet. I also want you to select what type of content. Now, as you can see, in this example here, what you put on Instagram is very different than what you put on Twitter. And that actually is a best practice for social media engagement. So what is it that you need to put on each channel? Well, Facebook is video, right? People love video. Also the stories feature of a single photo or video is really hot. You get a lot of exposure off of that. You don't pay money, it's not boosted. You could do actual lead magnet Facebook ads, post pictures of people. Again, remember you're going to be sandwiched between somebody's grandma and a quinceañera. So you don't want to be on there doing a big sale, 20% off blowout sale graphic. That's not going to get you the results you're looking for on Facebook. So photos of people, and then resharing content from pages where your clients are already looking at them as an influencer. So again, if you are let's say you're a jewelry store and you're going after engagement rings, you should be resharing stuff from The Wire or Bride Magazine or whatever it is onto your page because your clients are already paying attention to them as an influencer. So reshare that to your page. On Instagram, again, using the stories feature is going to be big. Posting short videos up to 60 seconds is big. High-res photos, showing your best photography, show the human element, behind the scenes, make it feel like a sneak peek. The standard here for Facebook and Instagram is if you text it to your ideal client, like not social, but you actually text it to them, would it be spam or would it be beneficial? Would they think it's funny? Would it be helpful? Would that make them feel special? Then it's worthy of putting on your account. So that's the standard. And then quotes, right? So some industries, quote blocks really go a long way. I will say, be careful with your quote blocks and look at your statistics. I just did an online review for an author, and she had a lot of quote blocks because she's an author. So she wanted to quote her book and stuff. And then she had a couple of photos of her and her husband and her kids and her family. And the ones with her kids and her family and her husband got like well over 100 likes. They got a lot of engagement. And the ones in the quote blocks got like 10, 15, 20 maybe likes. So that was a clear indicator that her audience is not responding to the quote blocks. They are tuning it out. It's also worth noting that I did not put quote blocks on Facebook because you can't have more than 20% text on a post to be able to boost it. And you need to boost it to get seen on Facebook. That's next week though. All right, on LinkedIn, this is where you're going to have long form videos. So something like this, a webinar would be perfect to be able to put as a full article and on LinkedIn and then share it out through LinkedIn. It's also worth noting when you do a full article on LinkedIn, it notifies all of your followers in their notifications, and then you don't have to fight in the newsfeed to get seen. So if going after B2B, LinkedIn, I built my previous business on LinkedIn, so huge fan of LinkedIn. Video stories, again, this is a great way to show case studies, testimonials, product videos, anything like that, that would be kind of newsworthy, business related. And then Twitter, people are going on there to kill time and figure out what's going on in their industry. So blog posts, GIFs, news, Twitter chats. Yes, Twitter chats, Google it, it's a thing. We'll talk about that next week. All right, so any questions on this? Is this making sense? I know I talk a mile a minute, but hopefully you're taking out the nuggets that are applying to your business. You do not need to be on every social channel. You will burn out, okay? Pick your one content. Special shout out to Gary Vee. Any Gary Vee fans? Comment in the chat, I'm curious. Gary Vee, his book, Crushing It, is all about picking a piece of core content and put it on your pillar channel. That means pick one channel that's your go-to channel. Get a blog, for example, or an article you wrote or something like that, or a product video or whatever, put it on that channel and then cut it up into smaller pieces and put it on all the other channels, okay, as you grow your presence. But always make sure you take care of your core channel. So pick your core channel right now. Look at that, Dominic Cruz, right? He and I have been working together in social media for a long, long time. And he says being on every social media outlet is indeed draining, LOL. Boy, and you got to check all your news feeds, notifications. It's a journey. So again, you do not have to be everything to everyone. And in fact, again, remember, you will burn out and lose yourself. So do not do it. So here we are, last little piece, and we're going to move forward. Maybe your client isn't actually on social media as much. Maybe they're a little more affluent and they're just simply online shopping, searching, and reading. While Facebook ads and Instagram ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads can reach those other clients, this would be a targeted display. We talked about this last week. This is my favorite tool I have in my toolbox because you can target exact people searching for your products and services. And when they go on to YouTube, Yahoo, AOL, Facebook, even Amazon, Overstock, and they can see your ads, Forbes, Fox News, wherever, you can have your ads on those websites. So again, targeted display gets you in front of your yellow Skittles, as I like to call it. Because if you like yellow Skittles, do you want to eat a bag of all the colored Skittles or just yellow? You want just yellow. And as a business owner, you want to get in front of just yellow, the people who are your exact ideal clients. Stop going after demographics of 18 to 35-year-old females in the zip code and go after people who have shown an intent for your product or service by going online and searching for a term or reading blogs related to that term. That is called targeted ads. And if you're interested, I can hook you up. And again, just to clarify this, this is like $10 per 1,000 views. Like this is like so pennies. like affordable for your business, and the ROI is through the roof. I can even show conversion and how many of them walked into your business. All right, I digress though. So just make sure if your clients are online using one of these sources, write it down. This is going to come up later on. You can share news articles through your social channels. You can put your ads on their channels. You can see if you can get an article published in there. Maybe you want to put a print ad in there. Whatever it is, write it down. This is an important step. Okay, so now we're going on to creating your client profile. We're about halfway done with this training. I'm probably I think about 40 minutes of actual content here, maybe 45, and you'll have some Q&A at the end here. But this is where you're going to apply the formula. So again, if you don't have your worksheet, where are you going? TexasBusinessGrowthSeminars.com, and you get all my worksheets before the workshop. We'll send it out the night before. You also get the replays and the slides. So again, if you have your worksheet, write it down on your worksheet. If not, write it on a piece of paper. Here we go. So first things first, we already kind of did this, but I want you to really drill down. What is your client's goal for your product and service when they met you? Get really clear. Okay, so write the person's name on top. You know, I was like Sally. You know, good old Sally. Sally really wanted, in my case, I work with people who want marketing. You know, Sally wanted to really get out there and get in front of these exact people, right? She wanted to be able to grow her business. She wanted exact leads, and she wanted to be able to bring her son on so she could pass over her business in retirement. Those were her goals. What are your clients' goals? Come up with 3 to 5 right now. Comment if you got questions, and I'll walk you through it. All right, I'm gonna count to 3, 2, 1, part 2. All right, we already kind of did this earlier. I want you to list their struggles or challenges right before they met you. Why do they need your products or services? Think of it like this. If you were able to give them those goals, what problems would not be in their life anymore? Thinking about my ideal client, again, somebody who's looking to be able to grow their business online. You know, this person's struggle is that they can't afford to be able to have their son on payroll. They don't have enough business reoccurring revenue that they can step out of the business. Their struggle is that she's overwhelmed and paralyzed by all the social media. You know, her issue is cash flow, right? She's struggling with finding a form of marketing that actually gets her leads that she can turn into customers and be able to track her results, right? She doesn't know where to start in recreating a sales funnel. She feels overwhelmed by marketing. Those are her struggles. What are your struggles for your ideal client? And again, if you don't know, go back to each of the goals and say, what's stopping them from getting these goals? Right? If they need an engagement ring, if that's their goal, what's stopping them from just walking in and getting an engagement ring? Because they're overwhelmed by the process, because there's so much misnomer information, because there's blood diamonds. They don't want bad diamonds, you know, or maybe they don't know how many facets they need, or they don't know how to get financing, or if financing is available. You know, maybe they are struggling on when they're going to ask the girl, right? Or the guy, girl, you know what I mean? How does that come into play? Write down their struggles. Yeah, Shirley says enough time, right? Having enough time is a struggle. This is, if you don't know what your client's struggle is, chances are they're struggling with enough time to be able to take action for whatever it is. If you're, let's say, you know, again, engagement rings, they don't have enough time to research and figure out what it is that they need to make an informed decision. You know, if you offer, you know, counseling and you want to promote telehealth, they don't have enough time to be able to meet with you. Now, the reality is they need this more than anything. They need to make the time, but they feel overwhelmed and anxious. That's why they need you, right? But they feel like they don't have enough time. What else do they need here? And then this is really the key, okay? We didn't talk about this earlier, but think of it like a story arc, right? They had these problems, right? I call it wring it out, get all the saga out there. You know, they're struggling so bad. I did this with let me give you an example here, and I'm going to end on how their life is better. I helped an attorney who specialized in flood and water damage Dominic will remember this one. And he was struggling to be able to increase the number of active cases he had. And so what we did was we came in and walked him through this exact process, helped him go live, creating seminars off his very first live, doing this process of what we talked about, bringing out the saga of what his clients' problems were, talking about how he's made it as easy as 1, 2, 3, and then how his clients' lives were better after the settlement. He was able to get 3 cases right off his very first live stream. And then we were able to get him up to 11 active cases very, very quickly, which was his max capacity. So this can work for your business. But the key to that client was he didn't talk about the 20 steps he took them through as an attorney, but instead think of it like a focaccia sandwich. Okay, I'm gluten-free. I miss my focaccia bread, right? Big fluffy bread, right? And then little tiny bit of meat in the middle, right? So you want a focaccia sandwich with a little meat in the middle, and the little bit of meat is your struggles, or excuse me, what you did for them. You want to instead say, I know your saga. I know what you're struggling with and what you need and why it's so hard. I'm going to make it as easy as 1, 2, 3, so that you can do these incredible things with your life. So just like this client I helped who was able to do these incredible things, specifics, after they worked with me. So how are you making your clients' lives better? This fire and flood attorney we were talking about specifically was talking about clients whose they were so stressed out, they were getting eczema, right? And their kid's wedding was coming up and it couldn't finance it. And they were stressed about money and their home was in shingles. They were worried about getting mold and other issues because the fire and flood stuff, they didn't know who they could trust for an attorney. They were looking for a referral. Those are things right here. Okay, saga. So that was the beginning of the video. And then he said, and I made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. And then he finished with what I call the ripple effect. So, and then they were able to get the case closed within 30 days, get a settlement that allowed them to more than pay for their kid's wedding. They even went on a vacation to Hawaii. They were able to show up better in their marriage and as a person. They had more time to get back to their community. They were able to open their house to the family after the wedding because they felt comfortable having people come in and knowing they weren't going to get sick. They loved where they lived again. They brought them a sense of purpose in this life. Now, you have to extrapolate a little bit. I'm not saying make this up. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying extrapolate based on what you know. How is their life better? Think bigger than the initial problem. How is their life better in their life? See, if you can get the ripple effect, this is where people are going to find you. They're going to say, yes, that's me. I'm struggling with those problems, or I need that ripple effect. Right? I want to go to Hawaii. I need to be able to pay for my kid's wedding, or I have eczema. I'm so stressed out, or I'm afraid I'm going to get mold disease or whatever, right? Infection from that. So is this making sense? Again, most people, when they talk about their business, they go on and on and on and on and on about all the tactics and the features of what they do to help this client. That's the whole conversation. People tune you out. They want to hear a story that you've helped somebody just like them, and specifically, how is their life hard and how is their life better? That's all they want. They're going to find themselves in the saga or the ripple effect, and then they're going to raise their hand. See, this is where we start talking about getting people to come to you. So now here is the big buildup, right? How does it work? We've got a case study formula. Look, Dominic, I bet, is smiling right now because we have used this with businesses together and knows the power of it. So if you show that you are the guide, you start off by saying, do you want X, but you're struggling with Y? Great, I can help, right? You say what it is that you do, and then you say, for example, I worked with a client who, and again, this is the same goal as this goal. This is the same challenge as the challenge right here, right? And this, you're showing that, are you out there struggling with this and need this? Great, I can help. I've worked with somebody just like you. They were also struggling with this and needed that. And then when they met me, remember, make it short. I was able to 1, 2, 3, keep it so short here. Like, I cannot emphasize enough. It's almost a vegan sandwich. Okay. I know it's almost rude to say the word vegan in Texas. Okay. Bear with me, but make it almost a vegan sandwich. Big bread, little bit of meat. Okay. So then I made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. And now they're able to do these incredible things with their life. So if you're out there who want this and struggling with that, then I want you to reach out to me and give them one option. Don't say call and text and email and go to this web form. No, no, no. You say, if you already decided earlier that they need to be able to call you directly, you say, then I want you to call me at this number. If you say they need to fill out this form, then you say at this point, you need to fill out this form. People, when you confuse, you lose. If you give them two options, they are less likely to take action. And you make it sound really easy as 1, 2, 3. And now you say, this is exactly what I need you to do. You're telling them it's the next logical step. You're also showing competency and confidence by saying, look, I've helped people just like you. I have a process in place. Do this one thing, and I'm going to make the rest easy for you. So let's go ahead and give an example here. What business, go ahead, chat in. Come on, first come, first serve here. Who wants me to just pull something out of thin air and apply this to their business? Come on, somebody wants it. I've been talking about jewelry, wedding venues, real estate. I know you're probably tired of real estate. Juice Plus, let's do it. All right, Rosalind. All right, so for Juice Plus, can you give me their challenge and their goal? Do you want me to pull it out? What's their challenge and their goal? Now, anybody who doesn't know Juice Plus, you need to talk to Rosalind. This is an incredible opportunity to build your health, right? A lot of us don't get our fruits and vegetables, and this is how you get those vitamins and nutrients. So special shout out to Miss Rosalind Faust. All right, I'm going to extrapolate. I don't see any challenges. Okay, here we go. Juice Plus want to be healthier, but they can't afford. Okay, can you relate for your business, right? They want this thing, but they can't afford. Now, I would also say peel back the onion on can't afford. If they could afford it, what else would be standing in their way? Right, so we're going to run with can't afford, but I just want to play devil's advocate. Most people throw up a smoke screen that it's about money when it's not actually about money here. All right, so are you out there, excuse me, do you want to be able to be healthier, to show up fully in this world, but you're struggling because you can't afford the nutrients or the fresh fruits and vegetables to make it possible? Great, I can help. I'm Rosalind Faust with Juice Plus, and I have a starter pack here that will get you started on being healthy in an affordable way. For example, I worked with a client who was struggling with being healthy. Her hair was falling out, her skin was flaky, her nails were peeling, her energy was low, and she couldn't even play with her kids when she got home from work. Her marriage was failing, and she was struggling to show up in this world and who she was meant to be. And it was at that moment that she realized she needed help. And then when she met me, I was able to get her started on the starter pack. All she had to do was fill out a quick form. We met, and within 30 days, she was able to get instant relief from being able to use our products. And now she's able to live an incredible life. She's able to show up at work and become a top performer. She even was able to get a raise. She got a glowing review, and her kids are happier than ever. She was able to pour into them and even start investing at their school, knowing that she had the energy to take on more than what she was asked. She wanted to be there for her kids in a way that she never had with her parents. And now she's able to live this incredible life with self-esteem and be a better spouse and person in this world. So if you're out there and you're struggling with feeling healthier, you're struggling with fatigue, or your hair is falling out, or your skin is itchy and flaky, I want you to reach out to me by giving me a call at La La La. It is possible. I'm here to help. That's it. Look, how long did that take? 60 seconds? If you create videos like that, or even better yet, have that client on camera with you, and all you do is ask them the questions. So you say, hey, are you out there and struggling to be healthier, but you can't afford the nutrients and the fresh fruits and vegetables? Maybe you don't have the time to be able to do it. Great, I can help. I actually have Sally here who was able to work with us in our starter pack, and she has already seen her energy go through the roof. Sally, tell me, what were you struggling with before you met me? Oh, I had eczema. My hair was falling out. My skin was flaked. Oh, wow, that sounds like it was really affecting your daily life. You know, what was it when you first met me? How did I make it easy for you? Oh, well, actually, I just got that starter pack, and within 30 days, boy, it was easy. Oh, great. Now tell me, when you had that so much more energy, you must have been able to do more in your life. What were you able to do? How were you able to show up fully in this world after you were able to use Juice Plus? Oh, well, I started volunteering at the school, and and, you know, I'm better than the mom than ever. And boy, my husband is so happy to see me vibrant and full of energy. Oh, that's awesome, Sally. Thank you so much for sharing your story. So again, if you're out there and you're struggling with being healthy and having the time and the money to be able to afford the fruits and vegetables you need to thrive, I want you to reach out to me at 123. You see what I'm saying, folks? This can work for jewelry, Juice Plus, real estate, marketing, whatever it is. It's called a client case study, and they don't even have to be on camera with you. So for instance, if you do telehealth or counseling, mental health services, or some type of medical, there might be some issues where you can't share client specifics or they don't feel comfortable being on camera with you. That should not stop you from creating videos about how you're helping people, because you just change the names to protect the innocent, don't give their name and contact information, and just talk about the challenges. This will work for your business. So as I told you, we're kind of at time here, but I want you to take these last couple minutes to fill this out for your business. This is a proven strategy that has helped my clients be able to increase the amount of revenue that they have in their business. I gave you that example of the the attorney who dealt with fire and flood, but this can work with any type of business. So if you're out there, look, I'm going to do it right now. So if you're out there and you want to be able to increase your revenue, you want to be able to thrive in COVID and build up your revenue and digital revenue, you want to be able to have content that gets people to engage with you. You want to be an influencer, a leader. You want to be able to drive leads for your business. You want to be the marketing hero of your business, and you're struggling with being able to get seen and getting people to engage and getting the people, the higher echelon of customers you want, then I can help. Use this client case study. Oh my goodness, look at this, okay? So seriously, take this time right now. I'm gonna calm down. I know I get a little excited, all right? I'm a little animated because I want you to have fun doing this, but I'm gonna calm down and let you be able to apply this to your business and take the time to write it down. Because if you don't write it down, it's not real. All right, so I'm gonna give you a moment. Are you writing? I hope so. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Stop checking your email. Write it down. Does anybody have any questions? Type your questions in as we're finishing out this. Do you have everything you need to fill out your client case study? Do you know where you're going to post it? Right? If you pick your core pillar channel, you know where your social channel is, put it there. Put it on your website, put it on your homepage, send it out an email blast. Create native content on victoriaadvocate.com. I can help you. We actually post it like a blog on the Victoria Advocate site. See, you can post videos there. Put it on the Victoria Advocate as a sponsored Facebook post. Y'all, we got a COVID rate for $59. I could post this video out for you with third-party validation from the Victoria Advocate. We need to talk. There's so much you can do with this. If you have a landing page specific for, let's say, bankruptcy clients or personal injury clients, have a case study on that landing page so people fill out that form, right? I'm telling you, they will be more likely to engage. I want to give you another statistic as we're wrapping up here. So the reality is 86% of people, I said this last time, but it's so important, I'm going to say it again. 86% of people right now during COVID, this is a new statistic, 86% of people are watching product videos and then deciding who they want to work with and self-identifying. So before people call around and get a quote, get on your email list and, you know, get your newsletter, whatever, those times are gone. That client is gone. If you don't have content out there that talks about the specific product or service you're pushing, specifically videos, they're not going to engage with you. 86% of people are only working with people that they watched product videos on. So let that sink in. That's like 9 out of 10, folks. All right, we're going to land this plane. So remember, in summary, you want to help your clients be able to, with content that shows them you're the guide. You want to have a cheat sheet, a written bullet pointed list of what are their goals, what are their challenges, you know, what are their concerns, what are their objections, right? Shirley says 90% of all people are visual. Yes, 90% of all people are visual. And here's another statistic. Dominic knows this one. 90%, people remember 90% of content when they watch it in video compared to only 10% in written. Really, really let that sink in. Video allows people to remember the story, the content, your name, the points. 90% compared to 10% are written, and 90% of people are visual, so it engages with them, whether you're auditory or visual learner, right? Look, Dominic says true, right? Yes. Thank you for that. Okay, so again, remember, you need to bullet point this out. Now, I got a special treat for y'all. Right after this, you're gonna get an email with the replay, with the slides, again with the worksheet, but I've got another worksheet for you. It's the buyer persona. Look, I know Dominic is laughing right now. We've got a buyer persona that's gonna allow you to fill out your needs, your challenges, your objections, and where your clients are looking online for information, because that is your marketing gold. Dominic says, let's not forget about the attention span that people have. 3 seconds are important. I missed the buyer persona. Yes, you'll get your new buyer persona. Okay, so yes, I just want to point out that again, you need to engage people in those first 3 seconds. I don't want to go down the brain science of the reticular activating system, but I am mentioning it. There is something in your brain that is hypersensitive to it helps you filter what's coming at you. You have 3 million stimuli every second, and it allows you to be able to see what's important to keep you alive. It goes back to caveman days. So in order to trigger that RAS, reticular activated system, you need to show that you're the guide. So that's why talking about the struggles and the needs that a client has gets them to pay attention and say, that is me. I'm cruising on social, but I do need that. I need to listen to this person. I'm on the website, I'm about to click out. Wait, but they know what I need. Now you got their attention and you actually stimulate brain science and neurons that get them to see you as the guide. So again, this buyer persona is going to walk you through really translating this information. So it's going to be your cheat sheet. Shirley, I have so many worksheets for you. So yeah, stay tuned, join us. You'll get worksheets each week. So again, it's going to teach you how to create content. It is your cheat sheet. I want you to fill out your buyer persona and literally tack it to the wall and put it there every time you want to create a piece of marketing content, whether it is a Facebook post, an email, redoing your website, a landing page, a lead magnet, a print ad with the Victoria Advocate, whatever it is, targeted ads. You need to know how you're helping people reach their goals, avoid pain, answer their concerns, and when in doubt, create a product explainer video, because you already heard that statistic. So just remember, at this time, you are in control. Do not go dark. Studies show that the businesses that continue to market right now are the ones that are successful. So many people think that they need to stop advertising because they don't want to bother people. 43% of consumers, this is a real COVID study, 43% of consumers say it's reassuring, like their heart swells when they hear from you right now. 56% say they like hearing what you're doing to help them during COVID, and only 15% are saying they don't want to hear from you. So just really, really let that sink in. The worst thing you could do right now is stop marketing. You need to be able to show them that you're the guy. Don't give up on your clients, because guess what? This isn't going anywhere. E-commerce is here to stay. Yeah, COVID-19 has forced us into this digital era that has been coming for 20 years, but it is going to keep here. It is going to stay. And while there are a tremendous amount of challenges that you may face trying to get your online store or e-commerce on your website, or your sales funnel to nurture existing clients, or double down on social, whatever it is that your challenges you're trying to use to overcome this, yes, it means that you are working harder than ever. But if you optimize your online digital experience, cultivate those existing customers, and create content that shows you can help them with their problems, you will be able to drive digital revenue now more than ever. So I hope that you have really got a lot from this. I just want to say a special thank you to everybody who dropped a comment as we're going. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the dark here. So I really appreciate each of your comments and chatting with me. Some of y'all, I see so many familiar faces that came last week. Last week we had 11. This week we've got 14. So the numbers are getting bigger. Tell a friend. Don't keep me a secret. I want to help as many people as possible be able to break through their fear and be able to show up fully and tell the world how they can help themselves, how they can be able to step into what they need and use your products or services to do it. So if somebody's out there struggling, don't let them struggle. Tell them to join. So again, next week is the end of a 3-part series. This is a partnership between the SBDC, the UHV, the Victoria Advocate, and M. Roberts Digital, and we're bringing you top tips. I'm having worksheets and slides and examples. I want you to apply this. This is not something that is theoretical. I want you to take action, but I also want you to invite a friend. So make sure that you tell somebody who could benefit from this and tell them to register. Where? At texasbusinessgrowthseminars.com. And then you get all of the tools and tips and resources and tricks and replay. Next week is going to be online audience building made easy. We're going to really drill down on what's driving 80% of your business. What would be a big win? So often we're stuck tracking things that don't matter. How do you really get leads? You need to know what would be a big win, how to pick your core channel, offer content and repurpose social, engage your current customers, make current customers feel valued, and again, really drive online leads in the way that your clients already care about. Hopefully that's making sense. All right, so again, I'm Crystal Lindsey. I'll go ahead and pose for you like the photo here. I want you to call or text me. You can email me. You can RSVP for next week, but please get connected. Through the SBDC, they have CARES Act funding that allows you to get complimentary consultations and consulting. Now, that's starting with the 12-part, annual series, but we can still do a one-on-one and get you connected. We're going to have a mastermind group with the top 10 to 15 businesses, where each week, complimentary, you get to attend and get business coaching poured into you and hear from your peers. You're going to have worksheets and tips and tricks. But again, take action. Don't wait. Whatever it is, reach out to me and let's have some time and see how I can help you be able to grow your business. Again, I'm Crystal Lindsey with M. Roberts Digital. I'm the digital marketing consultant at the Victoria Advocate, and I'm a proud partner with the SBDC at UHV and UHV itself. Go Jaguars. All right. So with that, thank you again for attending. I took us to the hour here, but any questions? Hopefully I got your questions answered throughout, but let me know if you have any questions here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up on Facebook and just see if we have any final questions as I'm doing that. By the way, I see we still have 12 people who waited till the end. Thank you for joining me. It has been an absolute pleasure.